Hi, this is Chloe here at innerwhispers.co.uk. For today I drew the card of Polarity from the Oracle of the Unicorns by Cordelia Francesca Brabbs. And it's true that I've actually had quite it's not totally dark, but certainly a little bit of a heavy day. I've done some deep personal shadow work, kind of looking at some deep pain from the past, and I also had a rather long and drawn out and boring meeting at work about quarterly reports and tra-la-la. So to lighten things up a little bit, I thought I would take the time to unbox the Crystal Unicorn Tarot by Pamela Chen with artwork by Lisa Higuchi. Higuchi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So yes, who doesn't need some crystals and unicorns in their life? Let's take a look. As I say, here we have the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and it's supposed to be a Rider-Waite-Based deck. What I saw of it on Instagram looked very sweet and just like a cheerful little deck. So that's what I'm hoping for, and let's take a look inside. So a little hardcover box comes apart without too much trouble. Here's the backs of the cards and a guide to the Crystal Unicorn Tarot by Pamela Chen. Intro, majors, minors, wands, cups, swords, pentacles and spreads. So just a quick, it is very much a little white book. It says try not to bend your cards. Okay. The Emperor Ruby. So she's chosen crystals for each card, at least of the majors. Let's have a look at the minors. So here there's a crystal for each suit rather than for each individual card. And then at the back, some spreads, a Crystal Unicorn Guide, message from your Crystal Unicorn Guide, a Unicorn Crystal Ball, so 4 card, 5 card, and that's about it. Let's look at the cards. So, straight away, pretty Rider-Waite-y. We have the Ace of Cups with all the traditional symbolism, but held out by a unicorn's hoof rather than a hand. And there is a rainbow in the background as well. Our cute little 2 of Cups with rose quartz crystals on them. So the artwork is quite simple. We have this theme for the suit, and yeah, I'm really liking it straight off. It's quite simple and pretty. The unicorns are kind of, some of them do have different colour manes. They're quite sweet, gentle looking. They're not, horse realistic, and yet they're, yeah, kind of a candy floss mane. Another unicorn up here. So yes, very traditional, very easy to read, and yet with that little touch of, the crystal for each suit and the unicorns to, oh, I like the hat. The unicorns to give it a bit of fun and sparkle. There we go. Our Page of Cups. Ooh, Knight of Cups, quite armoured. Charming Queen of Cups. And the King of Cups. So it's nicely done. Oh, okay, we go from the cups to the majors. The Fool with a cat instead of a dog, and a crystal underneath. The Magician. High Priestess. Empress. Oh, lovely, yes. Emerald and Ruby. So the crystals that have been chosen for the majors are really quite clear, which is handy. Oh, there's that one over in there. And yeah, it is just, you know, oh, that's interesting, because of course there's a whole history of the lion and the unicorn saga, with flowers in the lion's hair, mane, and a grey suited pony type unicorn with another green stone. I shall have to check which stone that is meant to be. There are lots. It's nicely done. I like the simplicity of the artwork. It's, you know, the lines are clear and simple. The colours, there's subtlety amongst them. It's a gentle colour palette, shall we say. Quite pastel, not overly bright. Ooh, death looks quite hardy. Temperance. And the devil also has a unicorn horn. That's an interesting touch. Get you to think about. Ooh, does not look like fun jumping out of there, I have to say. Somehow it almost looks worse for a unicorn. They might suddenly sprout Pegasus wings. And the star pouring out with her tail as well as with her mouth, getting around the whole thing of not having a hand to hold things with. I like it. It's very nice. It's sweet, but there is still a depth of symbolism there. You know, there's plenty to read with. I like the addition of the crystals, and yeah, Ace of Pentacles, that juggling feeling off the two mains. So yes, it's got everything that you would expect, plus unicorns. Right, here, this one you can't obviously see the sort of tattoo or whatever it is of their crystal. Oh, that is interesting, you know, the ragged clothing, the bell, the sort of bandaged leg. I like that, that's really a very sweet version. And the size is also interesting there. Be hard work hoeing with your mouth. Or for that matter, trying to inscribe something in a golden pentacle, but hey. And even the little snail is included. So, you know, some bits almost show up more, even though it is the traditional symbolism, but it's more apparent in this simplified form. It's very nicely done. Page, the knights. Yeah, the knights give me the fear a little bit. That sort of armoured look. Little rabbit, and a lovely blanket with his abundant grapes. So, you know, it's all there. It really is all there. Looks like amethyst maybe for the swords. Oh, a rainbow heart. Now that's a nice touch. So, you know, there are little bits that are different, and for the most part it's very much the same. Here we have the stained glass window with more unicorns in it. 5 of swords, 6 of swords. Ah, interesting way to get around the whole how can the unicorn carry more swords problem. He can put them in the mouth and tie them around with the mane. Oh. Altogether, I have not seen a single thing here that I don't like. Oh. The blood is you know, it almost looks like the mane, and yet it also doesn't. It's nicely done. It's not overly gory, and yet it's also, you know, for a unicorn deck, it isn't all just sweetness and light. So overall, I can really imagine using this deck very easily. And I didn't notice if you know, here it has the crystal at the tip of the wand, which is, I love that. So there are a few little differences, but for the most part extremely traditional, which is just fine. little, I don't know if that's leaves or mini bushes or something in their mouths. You can't exactly ride on a horse when you are a kind of horse, but that still works. So very easy to get into, and yet the colour palette really gentles it up. Yeah, I can imagine reading with this a lot. Love it. The backs, fully reversible, and let's see, so the cardstock is fairly thick. It's almost impossible to hold it in one hand, though you could maybe just about. And let's see, it shuffles quite smoothly. You can kind of see the lines of the artwork. And let's do a quick riffle as well. Ooh, very smooth, smoother than I expected given the thickness of the cardstock. That's really rather nice. It feels good in the hand. I like, there's a smoothness to it without it being either kind of slippery or slimy. Very nice. Okay. Overall, I am very impressed. Let's see what message. Aha, yes, absolutely. Make a new start in something around the physical or the material, or both. Yeah, I'm so there with that. So that is the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. Blessed be.